So we've got a question here. Shah asked a question, very fair question about fat, emulsion, intravenous routes. There is a drug, a supplement called Omega Ven. The context of this video was based on I said, and a few of my nurse and doctor audience have said there's no such thing as a fat drip, fat IV, fat intravenous. Nobody, and the context is nobody goes to hospital or collapses end of a marathon or collapses on the street and an ambulance comes and the ambulance people, they do a blood test straight away, which they do. They test your sugar. They test your sugar straight away. They don't test your triglycerides and say, wow, has this person run out of fat? Let's put them on a fat drip. That was the context of the debate. But what they do, as soon as you collapse, if you're in an ambulance, the first thing they do is they're going to check, in terms of bloods, they'll check your glucose levels to make sure that you're not going into a hypo or ketoacidosis for your type 1 diabetic, etc., etc. They're going to test your sugars, and if your sugar levels are low, boom, they'll jab you. They'll give you the sugar jab. Roll up your sleeve, give you a sugar jab. Now, they don't give you a fat jab. But as we see here, the word's dextrose infusion, which is basically glucose, fancy word for glucose, dextrose. What we do though see is the fat IV, intravenous fat, formulation, emulsion, whatever you want to call it. It's in a micro dose, and this is more for babies with severe gastric issues, where they've got parenteral nutrition associated cholestasis. Basically, their stomach doesn't really work, so they're basically going to die if they don't get an infusion of overall nutrition. They call it total parenteral nutrition, aka TPN, and it's basically, Omega Ven is 1 kilo per day. 1 gram of kilo per. So let's say you're a 5 kilo baby, you're going to get 5 grams of this Omega Ven, 5 grams a day. All right. 5 grams a day. Now let's go over here. What does 5 grams look like in terms of fat content? This is a New Zealand data sheet for Omega Ven, which is the emulsion for infusion. Infusion means intravenous. And active ingredients per 100 mil, we've got a gram is 10 grams of fish oil per 100 mil. All right. So if you do the math, so you're a 5 kilo baby, you're getting micro dosage of fats there, okay? Micro dosage of fats, a gram or 2 or 3. It's a very small amount. But, hospitals, they disagree on if it's safe or not. They disagree if it's safe or not. It's contraindicated in certain people. If your triglycerides are too high, they don't give it to you. Things like that. Maximum 2 mils per kilo body weight. So 2 mils is going to be, how many grams of fat is that? If 100 mil has 10 grams of fat, and daily dose maximum is 2 mil. Wow, that's not much fat, is it? How many grams of fat is that? If 100 mil contains 10 grams and you're only allowed to have 2 mil, we're talking like 0.05 gram of fat a day. We're talking some, not much at all. Here we go, make it easy. 0.1 gram of, fish oil fat per day. So if you're a 5 kilo baby, you're talking half a gram a day of fat injected into half a gram a day. Okay, half a gram a day, and the infusion rate should not exceed 0.5 mil per kilo body weight per hour. So this stuff is really dangerous, causing clots, etc. So they have to really drip it in slowly. Contraindications: severe hemorrhagic disorders, certain acute life-threatening conditions such as collapse, shock, recent cardiac infarction, stroke, embolism, undefined coma status. It shouldn't be given to patients with severe liver or renal insufficiency. And here's the thing, in New Zealand, they say Omega Ven should not be used in premature infants, newborns, infants, and children due to limited experience. Be it over here in the US, they're saying go for it. And then adults, they're saying not indicated. So it's like they don't agree, okay? Again, the medics don't agree. They don't agree. I mean, you see that now with certain, the Wu flu, Uncle Chen's, bat soup Wu flu, you have different countries that have different rules. You come to Australia, it's pretty easy going. I was on a plane yesterday, didn't have to wear a mask, didn't have to show any ID at all. Just coming into Adelaide from Sydney, no worries. Didn't even get asked for ID at the airport checking in. My name could have been freaking Bill Gates. No one cared. No one checked nothing. I didn't wear a mask the whole time. The airport, on the plane, no worries. No one even asked me. They asked Natasha. They didn't ask me. Do I look that scary? I don't know. But if I went to China or if I went to Malaysia, I wouldn't be getting in the country. Wouldn't be getting in the country because of certain things. But anyway, so that's the deal there. So it's not widely agreed on if we should give fat IVs to kids. Some doctors say yeah, some doctors say no. And when I say fat IV, I mean, half a gram of fat a day. What does half a gram of fat look like? That's like a drop. That's almost like a drop of fat in an IV bag. So when I say there's no such thing as a fat IV bag, there's no such thing as I mean that. But again, the context. So yes, occasionally in rare situations, there might be half a gram of fat in an IV bag for the day. Yes, there is. All right. So I was wrong in that aspect. But again, context gets taken out on purpose, or context can get taken out accidentally. Either way, I'm glad the video was made. I'm glad the question was asked. It was a great question, Shah. Please ask more. And that's the deal there. So again, sugar for the win. Sugar, sugar, sugar. Life is meant to be sweet. This is your sugar daddy signing off. Daddy Durianrider. Thanks for watching. You got any questions? Hit us up down below. Carb the fuck up.